Welcome back to Retro Football Club. It's December already, and yet somehow we've managed to avoid making a Christmas-themed video despite the suggestions. I'm not overly sure how that would work, but before I give people any more prompt, we are back with another subscriber-chosen video. It appears, taking a look at the page analytics, that you guys have really loved the football sticker-themed videos, so when we purchased a batch of pristine Merlin's Premier League 95 packets, we thought, shall we open one? Part of me was thinking this thing has been sealed for 30 years, but I suppose it's all in the name of sports. Plus, if you're in your late 30s like we are, who doesn't want taking down memory lane? So we thought, I know, let's do a twist on our recent videos. Let's open the packet and tell the story of the players or team who we get. So without further delay, I'm AI Alan. I'm gonna need a human to do this. See you in a moment, and I'll be back to tell you the life, loves and laughs of the players we pull out.
Few moments later.
Okay, so I was praying we wouldn't pull out a player we've already reviewed, and we are in luck. From a 30-year slumber in one of the 90s newsagent's favourites, we pulled Queen's Park Rangers team photo, Aston Villa's Paul McGrath, Chelsea's David Hopkin, Southampton's Ronnie Ekand, Newcastle United's Alex Matthew, and lastly Crystal Palace's Damen Matthew. Queen's Park Rangers had a solid 1994-95 season, finishing 8th in the Premier League and enjoying a strong run to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Rangers' squad featured the likes of England international Les Ferdinand, a young Trevor Sinclair making his first moves in the game, future club legend Kevin Gorlan, and a veteran Ian Holloway a few seasons prior to the start of his topsy-turvy managerial career. The campaign was defined by the goal-scoring brilliance of Ferdinand, who netted 24 league goals and continued to cement his reputation as one of the most dangerous strikers in the country. The club began the season well under Jerry Francis, playing an exciting brand of attacking football with key contributions from both Sinclair and the emerging Gorlan. However, Francis's surprise resignation in November to join rivals Tottenham saw Ray Wilkins take over as player manager, a move that brought initial stability and ensured QPR maintained their place in the top half of the table. In the FA Cup, QPR impressed with a string of strong performances, reaching the quarter-finals before being narrowly edged out by Manchester United, a testament to their competitiveness against the league's elite. Despite missing out on European qualification, their league form and cup run showcased the team's attacking flair and resilience. Yet the season also marked a turning point for the club, with Francis already gone and Ferdinand attracting interest from bigger sides, which would eventually lead to his departure to Newcastle in the summer of 1995. With big changes now more frequent, The following season promised to be much harder for the Loftus Road club. Despite some more positive individual performances, Rangers were relegated the following season. In 2001, they suffered a further relegation down to what is now League One. They didn't return to the Premier League until 2011 and were notable opponents to Manchester City the following season, as Sergio Aguero scored that goal to seal the Premier League in a 3-2 victory over Rangers. They were relegated once more in 2015, and as of the 2024-25 season, they are currently members of the EFL Championship. Paul McGrath is one of the most underrated defenders of his era. Born in England but raised in Ireland, he was an accomplished international player. He earned 83 caps for the Republic of Ireland, representing his country at 2 World Cups in both 1990 and 1994. He began his career with St Patrick's Athletic before moving to Manchester United in 1982. At Old Trafford, he became a steady head and quickly earning a reputation as a dependable and elegant centre-back or defensive midfielder. His time at United included winning the 1985 FA Cup, but persistent knee injuries and struggles with alcoholism cast a shadow over his career there. In 1989, he made a pivotal move to Aston Villa, where he became an icon. Nicknamed God by Villa fans, he played a critical role in their resurgence, including a second-place finish in the inaugural Premier League season in 1992-93. Despite ongoing injury problems, his performances were so exceptional that he won the PFA Players Player of the Year award in 1993, a rare feat for a defender. He was also part of the Villa side that won the League Cup in both 1993 and 1996. In the featured 94-95 season, McGrath was a regular for the Villains and made 49 appearances in all competitions, the most of any player that season. In the summer of 1996, he moved to Derby County, remaining in the Premier League for a further season before joining Sheffield United in the 1997-98 season, the only time he played below England's top flight. Following retirement, McGrath saw a brief return to football in 2010 as Director of Football for Waterford United. Off the pitch, his life was marked by battles with addiction and personal struggles, which he candidly documented in his autobiography, Back from the Brink. His story of resilience and redemption has made him a beloved figure, not just for his footballing achievements, but also for his honesty and humanity. Scottish right midfielder David Hopkin is our next featured player. Signed from Greenock Morton in 1992, Hopkin was regarded as a squad player and struggled to nail down a regular place in Glenn Hoddle's Chelsea team. He would only make 15 appearances during the featured season, scoring a solitary goal in a 3-3 draw with Everton. It would be his final season at Stamford Bridge, and he moved on to First Division Crystal Palace in 1995. Hopkin was an industrious midfielder with a knack for scoring crucial goals, and his time at Palace was defined by his most iconic moment, a stunning injury-time winner in the 1997 Division 1 playoff final against Sheffield United at Wembley. His culling strike secured Palace's promotion to the Premier League and remains one of the most celebrated goals in the club's history. Capped 7 times by Scotland, despite scoring twice in a World Cup '98 qualifier, he was snubbed a place in the final squad. Domestically, Hopkin moved on to Leeds United, where he contributed during a transitional period for the club. Hopkin was a regular at Elland Road, notching up 76 league appearances before departing to local rivals Bradford City in 2000. He was one of a number of ex-Leeds players recruited by the Bantams during their Premier League tenure, with Hopkin being one of the squad that were relegated in 2001. He returned back to Crystal Palace for the 2001-2002 season before going full circle and retiring with his hometown club Greenock Morton in 2003. Post-retirement, Hopkin transitioned into coaching and management, remaining with Morton as part of their coaching staff before eventually taking the managerial reins at Livingston in 2016. Under his leadership, the club achieved back-to-back promotions, returning to the Scottish Premiership in 2018. He later returned to former clubs Bradford City and Greenock Morton before leaving the latter during financial issues. In 2021, he became manager of Ayr United, but resigned 6 months into his tenure. Just a quick break to say thank you to all our subscribers and viewers who have jumped on board over the last few months. If you are new to the channel, if you like retro football videos from goals, merchandise, stories, and general statistics, please pop a like on the video, hit subscribe, and look out for weekly content. Anyway, let's jump back into today's video. Ronnie Ekand was one of many misspelled stickers in Merlin 95, but aside from that, he is actually an interesting player to review in these videos. The Danish striker/winger began his career at Brøndby, debuting at 15 years old, although his performances for Denmark in the 1992 Olympics in Spain caught the eyes of Barcelona, and he signed for the Catalan Giants shortly afterwards. Teammates with the likes of Romario, Pep Guardiola, and Hristo Stoichkov, Ekand would only play once for Barca, playing 33 minutes after coming off the bench, and spent most of his time with the B team. In 1994, he signed on a season-long loan for Alan Ball Southampton. He was an instant hit at the Dell and struck a good partnership with Matt Letizia. Ekand managed to net 5 goals in 17 Premier League appearances before being sidelined with a back injury for the rest of the season. Alan Ball was so impressed that he took him to his new club Manchester City the following season, again on loan. His time at Main Road was marred by injury, and he departed early after 6 games. He was loaned furthermore to Coventry City in March 1996, but failed to play a single game before signing permanently with Danish side Odense. He went on to have a season with French club Toulouse in 1999, before returning to England with Walsall the following season. In 2001, Ekand moved to the United States, joining San Jose Earthquakes, winning the MLS Cup in his first season. In 2002, he was named in the MLS Best 11, and a year later, he won the Cup once more. Overall, he scored 11 times in 91 games before a season playing indoor football. Ekand settled in the USA following his retirement and runs a childcare accessory company with his wife. Damen Matthew was another Scottish player who graced the Premier League in the 90s. Originally with Celtic, he made his name with Greenock Morton, which led him to join Newcastle United in 1993. Ultimately, Matthew's time on Tyneside didn't bring much in the way of game time, and he often struggled to break into a forward line featuring the likes of Andy Cole and Peter Beardsley. In the featured season, Matthew made only 9 appearances for the Toon, scoring once, before transferring to fellow Premier League team Ipswich Town midway through the season. Matthew played in Ipswich's 9-0 defeat to Manchester United and was ultimately relegated with the Tractor Boys, scoring 2 goals in 13 games in the process. Matthew remained with Ipswich for the next 4 seasons, playing 108 games and scoring 38 goals in total, and was held in good regard during his time in Suffolk. He went on to play for Dundee United between 1998 and 2001, spending a loan spell with Preston North End before 3 years with York City, which yielded only 3 goals. He later had spells as player-manager of non-league sides Spennymoor, West Auckland Town and Pickering Town, before later appearing as a co-commentator for BBC Radio Suffolk. He has since entered into a career with Royal Mail. Our final sticker was another Merlin misspell, although I don't think we will split hairs over one letter. Damen Matthew came through the academy at Chelsea, although over 5 seasons at Stamford Bridge he was comfortably a second-string player, making only 21 league appearances during that time and spending a spell on loan with Luton. He signed for Crystal Palace in the summer of 1994 and instantly struggled furthermore to cement a regular place in the team. In his first season, he was relegated and would only play 4 times during the 94-95 season. He later went on to play for Burnley, before retiring from injury in 1999 with Northampton Town at the age of 29. Following retirement, Matthew had only managed 77 league appearances over his own career. Following retirement, he held various minor coaching roles with Chelsea and Wolverhampton Wanderers before spending 5 years with Charlton Athletic, where he progressed from the youth team to first-team assistant manager. He has since worked for the likes of Southend United before becoming Michael Beale's assistant at Queen's Park Rangers. In 2022, he followed Beale to Scottish Premiership giants Rangers as assistant manager, but left the club when Beale was dismissed. Thanks for watching. Remember, please like and subscribe for more retro football content.